but they did a fantastic job. I just want to thank all of you, everyone. I want to thank Mark Meadows, who's here, someplace right there. I want to thank Mark. But it's been something very special. We've accomplished a lot. Our First Lady has been a woman of great grace and beauty and dignity. And so popular with the people, so popular with the people. In fact, honey, would you like to say a few words, please?
Being your First Lady was my greatest honor. Thank you for your love and your support. You will be in my thoughts and prayers. God bless you all. God bless your families. And God bless this beautiful nation.
What else has to be said, right? But what we've done, that's true, great job. What we've done has been amazing by any standard. We rebuilt the United States military. We created a new force called Space Force. That in itself would be a major achievement for a regular administration. We were not a regular administration. We took care of the vets, 91% approval rating. They've never had that before. The vets have given us, the VA, the vets have given us an approval rating like has never been before. We took care of our vets and our beautiful vets. They were very badly treated before we came along. And as you know, we get them great service and we pick up the bill and they can go out and they can see a doctor if they have to wait long periods of time. We got it so that we can sadly get rid of people that don't treat our vets properly. We didn't have any of those rights before when I came on, so our vets are happy, our people are happy, our military is thrilled. We also got tax cuts, the largest tax cut and reform in the history of our country by far. I hope they don't raise your taxes, but if they do, I told you so. If you look at the regulations, which I consider the regulation cuts to be maybe even more important, that's why we have such good and have had such good job numbers. The job numbers have been absolutely incredible. When we started, had we not been hit by the pandemic, we would have had numbers that would never have been seen. Already our numbers are the best ever. If you look at what happened until February a year ago, our numbers were at a level that nobody had ever seen before. And even now, we really built it twice. We got hit. Nobody blames us for that. The whole world got hit, and then we built it again. And now the stock market is actually substantially higher than it was at its higher point prior to the pandemic. So it's really, you could say we built it twice. And you're going to see incredible numbers start coming in if everything is sort of left alone. Be careful. Very complex. Be careful. But you're going to see some incredible things happening. And remember us when you see these things happening, if you would. Remember us, because I'm looking at elements of our economy that are set to be a rocket ship up. It's a rocket ship up. We have the greatest country in the world. We have the greatest economy in the world. And as bad as the pandemic was, we were hit so hard, just like the entire world was hit so hard. Places that thought they got away with it didn't get away with it. They're suffering right now. We did something that is really considered a medical miracle. They're calling it a miracle, and that was the vaccine. We got the vaccine developed in 9 months instead of 9 years or 5 years or 10 years or a long time. It was supposed to take a long time, many, many years to develop a vaccine. We have 2 out. We have another one coming almost immediately, and it really is a great achievement. So you should start to see really good numbers over the next few months. I think you're going to see those numbers really skyrocket downward. And I can only say this, we have worked hard. We've left it all, as the athletes would say, we've left it all in the field. We don't have to come and say, we'll never say in a month when we're sitting in Florida, we're not going to be looking at each other and saying, you know, if we only worked a little bit harder, you can't work harder. And we had a lot of obstacles, and we went through the obstacles, and we just got 75 million votes, and that's a record in the history of sitting presidents. That's an all-time record by a lot, by many millions. In the history of sitting presidents, it's been really just an honor. And one of the things we're very, very proud of is the selection of almost 300 federal judges and 3 great Supreme Court justices. That's a very big number. That's a record-setting number. And so we've done a lot, and there's still things to do. The first thing we have to do is pay our respects and our love to the incredible people and families who suffered so gravely from the China virus. It's a horrible thing that was put onto the world. We all know where it came from, but it's a horrible, horrible thing. So be very careful. Be very, very careful. But we want to pay great love to all of the people that have suffered, including families who have suffered so gravely. So with that, I just want to say you are amazing people. This is a great, great country. It is my greatest honor and privilege to have been your president. I will always fight for you. I will be watching, I will be listening, and I will tell you that the future of this country has never been better. I wish the new administration great luck and great success. I think they'll have great success. They have the foundation to do something really spectacular. And again, we put it in a position like it's never been before, despite the worst plague to hit since, I guess you'd say 1917, over 100 years ago. And despite that, the things that we've done have been just incredible, and I couldn't have done it without you. So just a goodbye. We love you. We will be back in some form. And again, I want to just, in leaving, I want to thank our Vice President, Mike Pence, and Karen. I want to thank Congress, because we really worked well with Congress, at least certain elements of Congress. But we really did. We've gotten so much done that nobody thought would be possible. But I do want to thank Congress. And I want to thank all of the great people of Washington, D.C., all of the people that we worked with to put this miracle together. So, have a good life. We will see you soon. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
There is President Trump's final remarks as he's leaving the White House. You know, we had seen the remarks that he was going to deliver. He clearly went off script from the very beginning. In the prepared remarks that we were given, he did mention Joe Biden.
By name.
By name.
Yeah.
Kamala
Harris.
And Kamala Harris, which he did not do. But it was sort of a rambling speech. I sort of felt that he was trying to figure out on the fly where to go and how to land the plane, so to speak.
Completely improvisational. I've listened to the president's remarks in lots of different venues over many, many years. That is him making it up as he's going. Starting, well, what should I say? How about vets? Okay, let's start. Oh, then,
Goodbye, Mr. President Trump.
Everything we heard him say before, it was like the greatest hits of his accomplishments.
2021,
Now we have the Village People playing, and final words are
January 20th.
The two things he said struck me. We were not a regular administration.
Yes.
Came in to disrupt, and his departure is irregular in terms of traditional presidential departures. And then, of course, I mean, oxygen his rallies. Major's heard this quote a billion times from staffers, but they said that rallies were his oxygen. And this is a thin and weak dose of oxygen. And when he says remember us, that is something he hasn't said before because he hasn't been on his way to the exits.
It was very interesting, too, I thought, his take on the coronavirus. It means a lot to him to get credit for the COVID vaccine. Listen, and I think he should be given credit in terms of how the vaccine was developed and so quickly. We can definitely credit Donald Trump for that. And he wanted to make sure that we understand that he did that, and now he's set up the Biden administration to carry on where he's left off. Not acknowledged.
The great difficulty on the vaccine front was always that because he downplayed the virus itself,
severity,
he could then not bask in the glory of championing the vaccine.
Well, and let's also remind ourselves of a couple of things. One, as the campaign was winding down, what did the President of the United States tell the country? After Election Day, you'll never hear about coronavirus again. False, false, false. It's a real virus with real harms, real hospitalizations,
The moment
real
is worse
death.
than ever.
And he spoke again in these remarks, improvisational though they were, as if the virus were defeated, entirely in the past tense. It is here with us now. Ask the incoming Biden administration how much it is raging and how much it is complicating their initial approach to policy in Washington. One other thing. The president did encourage and put federal dollars behind the development of a vaccine. He deserves credit for that. But when it came to the mechanisms of government, working with states and building a mechanism by which you could distribute that which you have created, they fell completely down. In ways they fell down with testing and other component parts of a federal response to the pandemic. Those things are also consistent patterns of this administration.
Ascending the stairs for the last time. I'm really struck by the power of this. Unexpectedly so. As we mentioned in the prepared remarks, he wished the incoming President Biden and the incoming Vice President Kamala Harris by name. He wished them success. In his off-the-cuff remarks, he wished them success, but just said the new administration. He did express gratitude to his Vice President, Mike Pence, who, by all reports, they had a very difficult last few weeks. Extremely.
We should remind everyone that's because the president put a target on Mike Pence's back and they yelled, hang Mike Pence at the insurrection, which would